Today we're going to do some screen printing on ceramics. I have my pre-prepared screen. I'm going to insert it into my clamps here. Tighten that down. Then I need $1. So this is 2 quarters in each little bundle. And I'm going to secure these to the underside of this screen. And what this will do is just hold the screen level so that I don't wind up pushing down on the one side here. This is a used screen, it's a little bit warped. This will help with that problem as well. I'm going to go ahead and tape these right to the screen so they don't swim around if we want to pull multiple prints. I have a piece of newsprint, larger than the screen area so that I don't end up with leakage around the edges. I'm also going to tape that down. I don't have to go crazy with this. I just need a couple pieces to keep it from sliding during the printing process. I also want to make sure that this paper is smooth, there aren't any buckles in it. That'll give me a more even, uniform print. But what I'm going to use for my medium is white underglaze. Now I've let this underglaze sit out for several days without the lid on so that it's not the consistency that it would come right in the bottle. You can also add EPK to your underglaze to thicken it a little bit. You can see it's still pourable, but it's not running all over my screen. So I'm going to run a line of underglaze initially, and then I'm just going to flood the screen. So I'm not pushing down at all. I'm just sweeping across. And you can see here, this is outside of my print area. That's why I have a larger sheet of paper, so that I'm not printing white onto the backing here. Since this is my first print, I want to make sure that my screen is fully saturated. But I also don't want any puddles. So you can see I've kind of moved the excess away from the design before I apply pressure. The screen is a little warped here, so I need to make sure that I apply even pressure. So I'm going to put my hand on it here to make sure all 4 corners are touching before I try to pull my print. And this happens in one motion. You push down, make contact, and pull. I'm holding my paper down as I pull up my screen so that it isn't tempted to stick there. Because I print on red clay, I've done a white print here so you can't really see the design. So I have some others that are in color. You can see what you end up with. So this is dried underglaze on my newsprint. And I'm not going to use this entire design. Basically, I consider this a sheet of decals that I can now use to print on bone dry clay. So the first step is I'm going to try to figure out which design I'd like. And I'll cut that one out. This is the design that I'm going to use. I need to re-wet it. So then I'm going to spray my design here. I want it to be wet. I want the underglaze to be liquid again, but then dry to a sheen so it looks like satin. I don't want water pooled on here. once you apply this design, it's a one-shot deal. Excuse me. You can't move it once you set it down. So right now I'm transferring that wet underglaze from the newsprint onto the bone dry clay. So it's going to absorb the water from the paper, and with that absorption, it will pull the color off of the newsprint. And you can see I get a rudimentary transfer of my design.